Good morning, and welcome to the 144th graduation exercises for Leominster High School. Please stand as the Student Council President, Maggie McKelvey, leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The national anthem will be sung by the Leominster High School Chorus. Class marshals, please seat the class of 2014. Again, good morning. My name is Tom Brown, and I'm the very proud principal of Leominster High School and the Center for Technical Education Innovation. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration, I want to welcome all family members, friends, civic leaders, and citizens of Leominster to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2014. As always, I have promised the graduates that I will do my best to keep the ceremony moving along, as I'm sure on a beautiful day like today that there are many backyard barbecues and catered parties just waiting to start. Still, there is that expectation as principal that I should offer some quick words of advice to the graduates as they are sent off in the quote-unquote real world. This can often be a dilemma. First, it does not help that people have been telling me for months that I will never be able to top my speech from last year's ceremony. I'm sure that many of you are saying to yourself, wow, that must have been quite a speech. And yes, I did receive thunderous applause when I spoke last year, but the truth of the matter is the applause followed my announcement that with the temperatures in the high 90s, I would give no speech at all. Unfortunately, the class of 2014 will not be quite as lucky. The second and true dilemma that I had concerning my speech this year was, what advice could I even give to this group of graduates? It is not that I feel that I lack any wisdom to share or life experiences that might affect someone else. No, the problem is this. The purpose of giving advice is to inspire a change or to give someone a new path to follow in life. However, when it comes to the class of 2014, a certain phrase consistently comes to my mind. Don't mess with success. After all, and I say this sincerely, without hesitation, and with apologies to the class of 1997 and class of 2002, who I served as class advisor, but I firmly believe that the collection of young men and women surrounding me right now may very well be the greatest graduating class that Leominster High School has ever experienced. Thus, instead of giving the class any advice, I stand here on behalf of the entire faculty to give you praise and express my gratitude. Thank you, class of 2014, for your ability to be patient and adapt to challenges. When you include the CTI roof in 2010, you were the only class that dealt with the construction during all 4 of your high school years, and you did so without complaint or concern. You accepted the changes and kept your focus on achievement. Thank you to the class of 2014 for being inspired by others' words and uniting as freshmen to form the backbone of a group called Friends of Rachel, a club committed to a positive school culture of unity and understanding, and then putting forth the idea and making sure that everyone embraced it. That spirit was on display this week with the rousing support and cheers that our graduates offered when they heard that they would be joined on stage by their life skills classmates. Thank you, class of 2014, for showing off your academic excellence as sophomores when you scored the highest combined advanced and proficient rates on the MCAS exam of all the graduating classes from LHS since the exam began. Thank you, class of 2014, for demonstrating your ability as juniors to aim higher and take challenges to the next level, as you were part of the highest achieving year for LHS students on last year's advanced placement exams, results that led to LHS being named as one of only 477 schools in the entire United States and Canada to College Board's AP Honor Roll. Thank you, class of 2014, for truly recognizing the ability of how a senior class can set a tone for the entire school through positive leadership. Whether it was on the athletic fields, in the classroom, on the stage, at the job site, or even as you screamed your lungs out in the student section in the stands, you modeled how an undying commitment to pursuing excellence will result in attaining your goals. At one point during rehearsals, I mentioned that a little gratitude can go a long way. So I stand before you all to express my personal deep appreciation for all that you have done for Leominster High School and the Center for Technical Education and Innovation. Throughout the year, you proposed ideas that asked for my trust, and I can honestly say that you never let me down. The LHS class of 2014 has had quite an impressive run, and although it may be coming to a close today, your legacy will last for a long, long time. Lastly, while I just said all these lovely things and nice things about you in front of your parents, family, and friends, remember, we made a deal about beach balls. So don't make me look bad. Congratulations, good luck, and farewell. I would now like to introduce the Superintendent of Schools, Mr. James Jolliker.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor, elected officials, school administration, members of the faculty, parents, friends, and students of the graduating class of 2014. I am very proud of each and every one of the graduates assembled here today. My remarks to you are personal and reflective, but they are shared in an attempt to provide some guidance and set a direction as you step forward into the next stage of your life, whether that is towards a career, college, or the military. For the last 3 years as the superintendent of schools in Leominster, I have implemented many new learning initiatives to allow students to generate interests. My hypothesis is that if a student is allowed to explore as early in their academic career as possible, then that student will identify specific interests, areas of interest that will remain with them for the rest of their lives, and that these interests will provide the incentive to learn and lead them to good jobs and careers that contribute to our society and to our global economy. I reflected on my own inventory of interests that have guided me, and many of my interests have been based on books that have inspired me, and I chose a small selection to share with you this morning. The topics of these books continue to interest and motivate me even at this point in my life and my career. The first, that many of you might know, The Little Engine That Could, a childhood story that tells us that no matter how hard the climb up the mountain may be for the little blue engine, he reaches his goal by repeating, "I think I can, I think I can." Henry David Thoreau, Walden, or Life in the Woods. Walden is a reflection upon simple living in natural surroundings that inspired my love of the outdoors and hiking, and to this day my wife and I visit Concord every year and walk the trail around the pond. Thornton Wilder, The Bridge of San Luis Rey. I continue to question whether the fate of the 5 travelers on the bridge that day was chance or divine intervention. Yule Gibbons, Stalking the Wild Asparagus. This work promoted my love of gardening and my interest in inspiring students to be the solution providers for the sustainability of our society. The Little Blue Truck, which our grandkids love, is centered on the power of friendship and the reward of helping others. And finally, Dr. Seuss, Oh, the Places You'll Go. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guy and girl who'll decide where to go. Many years ago, I do not wish to share how many, I sat at my own high school graduation thinking about where I was going to go. I had always wanted to be a teacher, but the salary prospects for the teaching profession at that time I was graduating were not very promising. I moved on to contemplating a trip across the United States in my Volkswagen Beetle or hiking the Appalachian Trail, but unfortunately my parents did not get very excited about either one of those options. And I found myself off to a 2-year technical school majoring in accounting and computer technology. Now you're all sitting there today asking yourself how a guy who started off as a computer programmer got to be the superintendent of schools delivering our commencement address. Well, after a long road with a number of unique job opportunities in private industry, a few college degrees, and a lot of experience later, I finally decided to take the direction I had not taken earlier and made the career transition into public education. This short reflection on my interests and my career are to illustrate that when you leave your seats today and think you have a plan in place for what you want to do with the rest of your life, it may not necessarily work out to be your life's plan. I have a sign on my wall in my office that states, some people try to turn back their odometers, not me. I want people to know why I look this way. I've traveled a long way, and some of the roads weren't paved. This, by no means, is stated to discourage you, but to prepare you to think of yourself as an entrepreneur of the remainder of your life. An entrepreneur is someone who organizes, manages, and assumes the risks of a business or enterprise. As an entrepreneur of your life, you must continue to organize, manage, and assume the risks of your life's decisions. As you move through your life and your professional career, you may find that you will have to innovate, recreate yourself, and not be afraid to reset your direction. Never be satisfied with status quo. Rely on reflection. Build your own inventory of interests that you can always fall back on. And leverage the skills, the academic background, and the experiences that you have developed in your public education portfolio to propel you forward to success. I do not usually reference specific quotes in my commencement addresses, but I reference this passage from Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand to share with you today. Do not let your fire go out, sparked by irreplaceable spark. In the hopeless swamps of the not quite, the not yet, and the not at all, do not let the hero in your soul perish and leave only frustration for the life you deserved but never had the ability to reach. The world you desire can be won. It exists. It is real. It is possible. It is yours. Go forth into the world and make us proud. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today, and congratulations to the class of 2014. Now I have the pleasure of introducing our 3 student speakers and presenting them with a token of their accomplishments. Salutatorian Nicholas Cordio.
Good morning and welcome, fellow graduates, family, faculty, and guests. I want to start by thanking all of the teachers, administrators, guidance counselors, and all the family and friends who made today possible for all graduates. Today marks the end of the journey that began 4 years ago, although it certainly doesn't seem like it. The days have come and gone faster than any of us could ever have imagined. I think I can speak for everyone when I say that high school flew by, because if you ask anyone if it all went by fast, I guarantee you'll get something like, "I feel like I just got here," or "I can't believe it's already over," as a response. Although these 4 years have felt like about 1 year in total, they have been the most important 4 years of our lives so far, and the memories we made will last forever. It all began on that very first day 4 years ago. We walked into a building that was, for a lack of a better term, beat up. The old rugs in the classrooms were worn and dirty, and in every hallway we had to avoid tripping over a bucket collecting water from a leaking ceiling. And the designs people made out of their gum on the back walls of classrooms, those are interesting. It was clear that we weren't the first class of students to walk through the building, but thankfully the appearance of the school greatly improved over our time there. We learned to adapt to the change of scenery from middle school, but most importantly, we began the friendships and bonds that have continuously grown over these 4 years. Now, of course, students in every graduating class want to believe that they are the best class of all time. But for all you LHS alumni out there, I'm sorry to inform you that you can't all be the best. With that being said, if none of the previous graduating classes can be the best, I've decided to deem the class of 2014 the best class of all time. Let me elaborate on why this is true. Over the past 4 years, this class has made an extraordinary amount of accomplishments. In sports, I think it's safe to say that there's no school like LHS and no class like the class of 2014. I won't be able to mention all of our sports teams and their accomplishments because there are just too many. Let's just say that the amount of league championships, district championships, and state championships from all of our teams combined, including back-to-back Super Bowl championships, is simply spectacular. Not to mention, we have one of the best marching bands in the country, the best cheerleaders in the country, and a theater company that has put on phenomenal shows year after year. By the way, we never lost to Fitchburg on Thanksgiving Day, ever. Believe it or not, these amazing achievements are not what make this class so special. But I believe that these achievements are the result of the strong bond that this class has made over the years. And this is why the class of 2014 is like no other. We all know that regardless of how skilled a team or group of people is, there is no success without teamwork and respect for one another. Our love and respect for each other has shown over the years. Our bond could be seen on Friday nights during the fall, right here at Doyle Field, where the greatest cheering section around brought the whole school together during football games. It could be seen when we took 2 fan buses to playoff basketball games to cheer on our teammates. Most of all, it can be seen every day in the halls and classrooms of LHS, where it seemed as if our class molded together perfectly. We have cared for our friends that we have known for a long time, and we have welcomed and accepted new faces into the environment along the way. I challenge the undergraduates to learn from this class of students and try to do what we have done best. Be selfless and work towards common goals with your teammates, friends, and class as a whole. This was the secret that made the class of 2014 so special for everyone. And now here we are. We are here today to celebrate our completion of high school, and we will now go our separate ways and take different paths. Although we will always believe our graduating class is the best, we must realize that our lives aren't about how great we are or all that we have accomplished. Life is about our connections with others and how living our lives has affected the lives around us. I believe I can speak for the entire class of 2014 when I say that my life has been affected by everyone around me for the past 4 years. From our first steps into the building to our final steps as we left, we were constantly molding each other into the people we have become. We wouldn't be who we are today without our friends and family who have been there with us along the way. Class of 2014, I urge you to never forget where you come from, regardless of where life takes you. Sure, saying you are from the pioneer plastic city doesn't sound so exciting, but this city, and without the people you've met along the way so far, you simply wouldn't be you. Whether your high school memories are joyous or you're eager to leave this place and start fresh, make sure to always remember the place where you started your journey. For those of you who don't know me, let me tell you that I may be one of the biggest Harry Potter nerds who ever lived. There isn't much that I don't know about these books and movies. With that said, I would like to quote the great Albus Dumbledore, who once said, "It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be." No matter where you come from, what has happened in your past, how much money you have, or how smart or athletic you are, you can be somebody. All it takes is the desire and determination to succeed. If you want something enough, there is no way anyone can stop you. Whether you were graduating with honors and took AP classes, or you had a hard time in high school, it doesn't matter anymore. The best fact about life is that regardless of your past, your future will always have the potential to be bright. You aren't handed a life with a preset course. The choices you make every day are what make you who you are. We are now leaving a school that is much different than the one we walked into 4 years ago. While walking through the halls of LHS today, you would never believe it was once a place with dirty old carpets and leaky ceilings. I think we are all grateful that we were the first class with a completely renovated school, although some of those gum designs on the walls were pretty funny. Besides the differences in appearance, we are now leaving a school that is completely different than it was when we first arrived, simply because it has been impacted by the class of 2014, and we have certainly left our mark. Although high school will stay in our memories forever, this is a new beginning. From this day forward, it is up to us what happens in our lives. No one else can decide for us. For fellow graduates, you only have one life, so make the best of it, and do your best in everything you do. If you do that, you will live a happy life, and that is all anyone could ever ask for. So congratulations, class of 2014, and good luck. It has truly been a pleasure spending these years of my lives with you, and I hope one day our paths will cross once more. Thank you.
And the highest ranking CTEI student, Center for Technical Education Innovation, is Kenji Crawford.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank everyone who has helped us reach this point. Friends, teachers, parents, administrators, grandparents, brothers and sisters, and pets. I'll try not to talk too long. They say it's best to leave your audience before your audience leaves you. Like any good high school student, I just put the finishing touches to this speech this morning while listening to some music. It's awesome to see that we, the class of 2014, have finally made it to graduation. It's been a struggle, I know, and in different ways for everyone, but at least this part of our lives has come to an end. Before I continue, I want to briefly let you know a little bit about myself. Not sure how many of you know this, but I moved here at the beginning of freshman year, not knowing a single person. I definitely was not eager to come here. I had finally started to fit in my group of friends at my other school, but there was not much I could do to persuade my parents. I was so not ready to move, but I had no choice and decided I'd make a fresh start. It turned out to be an excellent decision. Now, as I look back these past few years, I remember how each year was a challenge of a different kind that I had to overcome. At the time, I already knew that I wanted to become an architect and found that the drafting program as part of the Center for Technical Education and Innovation would help me expand my interest and abilities in that field. Through the years, I've gotten the impression that most people think that CTTI is a program for those who just don't want to do the academic work. And in some ways, it is, but that is not to say they are not hardworking, motivated students. It is, after all, what you do in the real world, using skills you have acquired rather than academic knowledge. It's just that strictly learning from a textbook and paperwork is not their style, and would rather spend their time using their hands, applying themselves in engineering or the like. Like in anything you do, it always comes down to the effort that you put in, which will determine your results. I've actually given this speech a few minutes of my thought. Like, do I want to try to send a message, tell a story, or just tell a bunch of jokes? I'm sure you'd all rather listen to the latter, but that's not how I roll. To me, speeches are like the horns on a steer. There's a point here and a point there, but in between it's mostly bull. I can only offer what I have observed throughout my adolescent years as a code which everyone should at least give a chance. It's been a tough 4 years, and I hope it's been made easier with the friends and relationships you have developed. If there is anything that I have learned in high school other than the school subjects in class, it is that yes, you should strive to be on top, and that you should maintain and nurture the relationships with friends that you have, because ultimately, the real world is going to judge you on how you interact with other people. All you can do is give it your absolute best, and if things don't work out, there's always opportunities to try again. If you're once one of the students who took school seriously, then that's great, but try not to go overboard. Keep everything in perspective. Do what you have to, and learn to excel in what you do best, but don't sell yourself short and put in the effort where it would be superfluous. As we look into the future, most of you will be going to college, others the armed forces, and the rest, hopefully, into the working world. I'm not going to say that life is going to be easy and that you will not face obstacles in reaching your goals, but if you truly want to make it your own, it's going to be utter grief and full of stress, although it will pay off in the end. There will be no one there to tell you what to do, and that's how it should be. Everyone has their own idea of success. However, I personally must agree with Bob Dylan, who said, "What's money? A man is a success if he gets up in the morning and goes to bed at night, and in between does whatever he wants." If there is absolutely anything you can take away from this, is that you must take the time to figure out what you want to do with your life and make sure that it's what you want to do. Not your parents, boyfriend or girlfriend, brother or sister, neighbor, the guy you stood behind in line for the movies, and make sure that it's something that you love and will not dread doing for the rest of your life. I know this might all seem obvious, but there's plenty of people who live their entire lives doing what's not in their best interest, making excuses they have tried and that it's just not within their realm of power to realize their dream. You must find in life what you love. Enough said. Before I finish today, I want you to think about where you're at in your life. Hopefully, getting ready to go out there into the real world and become individual, respectable individuals. If I may, I would like to end with this quote by Albert Hubbard. I know that he's an author, but honestly, I don't know anything else about him. Nonetheless, he speaks the truth. He said, "The greatest mistake you can make in life is to continually fear that you will make one." I'm sure we'll all fail at some point. Just get up and try again. Congratulations to the class of 2014. Enjoy your well-deserved summer, and I wish all of you the best of luck in all your future pursuits. Thank you.
Congratulations. And last, please welcome our valedictorian, Jack Wheeler. Congratulations, sir.
Good morning. Superintendent Joliker, Principal Brown, faculty, parents, relatives, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2014. I am honored to be speaking before you today. I know by now you're probably sick of listening to speeches, and most of us students are anxiously counting down the minutes until we can finally go to the beach, so I promise you that I'll be brief. Today, as we receive our diplomas, we can look back on the journey we have taken over the last 4 years. The class of 2014 has accomplished many great feats, and, like Nick, I believe that we are one of the most successful classes to graduate from Leominster High School. We endured the renovation of the high school from start to finish. Our football team won 2 Super Bowls in the last 4 years. Over the past year alone, the football, cheerleading, boys basketball, skiing, boys lacrosse, and baseball teams earned league titles. The swimming team broke many long-standing school records and competed at the state level. The girls' tennis team made districts for the first time in 25 years. The field hockey, volleyball, and softball teams also participated in playoffs. The LHS Theater Company placed first at the METG One-Act Play Competition, won many awards for acting, set design, and sound design at both the preliminary and semifinal levels, and performed a great rendition of Chicago last winter. The award-winning band always kept its audience entertained, and the members of the CTEI program improved many aspects of both the school and the city of Leominster. We, both as a class and individually, should be proud of our many accomplishments. As we graduate, many of us are more worried than we originally imagined that we would be. Many of us are worried about going to college, leaving the comforts of home, living with someone that we have never met before, and, for the first time in many of our lives, experiencing true independence. Some are worried about entering the workforce, hoping that we will still be able to enjoy ourselves while supporting our families. And then there's others of us who are just worried about making it through the next week without harm. We worry that high school relationships will end and long-standing friendships will falter. But this worry is to be expected, seeing that what we decide to do now that we have graduated is the first of many major decisions that we will have to make throughout our lives. But today we have another choice to make. How will we define ourselves in the future? In his commencement address to Stanford, Steve Jobs said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice, and most importantly, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary." From today on, society, parents, and teachers aren't going to tell us what to do and how to act in various situations. That's up to us to decide. We control how others perceive us. We acquire complete responsibility for our actions. As we continue progressing through adulthood from this moment on, we must live as we want to. The pressures that we experience every day present challenges to being ourselves, but we must ignore those restraints and pursue what will truly make us happy. As the world calls for us to settle for mediocrity, we must push to achieve greatness. As society becomes more dependent on government support, we, as individuals, must work to remain self-sufficient. As the standards expected of us progressively decrease, we must continue to work hard and to excel. No matter what obstacles we face, we must overcome them in whatever way we see fit. We always hear about Earth's problems. The environment is polluted, wars threaten the security of many nations, poverty is spreading, and economies are plummeting. But if everyone in attendance today tried to mitigate one of those problems, even through the smallest of means, then the world would become a better place in thousands of ways just today. In closing, I would like to thank everyone who has been a part of these last 4 years, my parents, my family, my friends, and my teachers. Without all of you, high school would have been much more grueling than it was. I would like to give a quick shout out to all of my friends who wanted to be named in this speech, but in the essence of time, I won't be listing names. Just remember that now, our lives are wholly ours to improve, ours to destroy. My wish for each of you today is that your future will be replete with success, self-fulfillment, happiness, compassion, and personal prosperity. Congratulations, graduates, we made it. Good luck, and God bless.
Thanks to all the speakers, fantastic job. But I'd now like to call to the stage Tony Hume, President of the Senior Class, who will present the class gift to the Class of 2015 President Kyra Altman.
Hi everyone. On behalf of the class of 2014, it is my honor and pleasure to present this class gift. We will be making a contribution of at least $2,014 to the renovation of a new brick sign in place of the old one outside of Leominster High School. Along with being one of the major contributors to the renovation, we will also be making a donation to the Karen's Closet. I wish all my fellow classmates the best of luck with their future endeavors and the class of 2015 a great and successful year. Thank you.
On behalf of the Leominster High School class of 15, I'm sorry. Thank you and good luck. You'll be amazing.
We'd now like to take a moment to do some quick recognition, so invite up the senior class officers.
We would like, class of 2014 would just like to take a moment to thank our class advisors who have been with us the past 4 years. So if you could please join us on stage, Mr. Robichard, Miss Matheson, Miss Cucciara, and Mr. McNamara. Our advisors, Mr. Robichard and Ms. Matheson, have been with us these past 4 years, paving a very clean and wonderful path for us and been with us every step of the way. Everything that we have accomplished would not have been possible without them. Thank you so much. Our newest additions this past year are CTE advisors, Ms. Cucciara and Mr. McNamara, who we couldn't have had this amazing senior year without. Thank you so much. If we could please have a round of applause for our wonderful advisors. We could not have done it without them.
Thanks, guys. Will the members of the Leominster High School Jazz Band please report to the band area? The way Mr. Hudson works, they're already there. Nice work, Mr. Hudson. They teleported from their seats right over. I will now invite you to listen to the senior class song, My Wish by Rascal Flatts, as performed by Deanna Martinez, Lindsay Moylan, Sarah Kogut, and the LHS Jazz Band under the direction of LHS music instructor Barry Hudson. The lyrics can be found in your program. Will the junior class officers please report to the stage to assist with the diplomas? So that time has arrived that we've all been waiting for. One of you, Mr. Mayor, Superintendent Joliker, I hereby certify that the students presented today have fulfilled our requirements for graduation. Class marshals, please take your positions.
Jack Leo Wheeler. Nicholas Evan Cordio. Kenji Prince Crawford. Tony Huynh. Madison Margaret Cormier. Jordan Lynn Whitney. Vin Chi Doan. Jose Antonio Abreu. Ryan John Adams. Jarrell Kwame Addo. Joseph Nana Ya Adji. Cesar Augusto Aguirre Jr. Samantha Nana Ajiman. Kyle Andrew Aho. Shelby Lynn Akey. Jonathan Eduardo Eli Torres.
Jake Thomas Elaine. Celeste Luciana Alvarado. Mario David Alvarez. Jeffrey Walker Anderson. Reynes Ni Kwe Anan. Peter Anthony Antrobus. Purity Karubo Apiri. Augustin Arua Vargas. Sarah Colleen Arsenal. Samuel Fair Ashton. Matthew Tyler Banch. Elena Mae Barron. Caitlin Nicole Barron. Karen Michelle Barron Monroe. Rachel Elizabeth Bateman.
Kelsey Maria Belair. Kayla Marie Belanger. Erica Lynn Belknap. Jeffrey Scott Beliza. Bryce Ryan Benedict. Amina Burbick. Logan Michael Bergeron. Kevin Wynn Billimay. Joshua Robert Boiseneau. Andrew James Bouchard. Erica Lynn Boucher. Jacob Robert Boucher. Jeremy Renato Boucher. Benjamin James Bedreau. Nathan Richard Boulay. David Kevin Bourgeois.
Kayla Alana Brandis. Shane Robert Bresnahan. Elizabeth Mary Bro. Katrina Joan Brochuk. Alex Robert Brown. Lindsay Noreen Brown. Taylor Lynn Virginia Brown. Casey Janeski Buckley. Hannah Nicole Buckley. Marcus Orion Burnett. Luis Giovanni Calderon Garcia. Benjamin Dean Cannon. Amanda Marie Karen. Jessica Lynn Carter. Gwendolyn Page Casey. Rachel Alessandra Selly. Matthew Mua Cheng Cha.
You ready? Kendall Michelle Charpentier. Michael Wesley Chauncey. Tyler James Chellis. Faith Simone Chesbro. Geneva Nicole Ciccone. Yvonne Alexandrio Colon Valentin. Olivia Mackenzie Como. Sabrina Lynn Como. Olivia Marie Conlon. Kyle Timothy Conry. Cameron Anthony Cordio. Brett Wayne Corliss. Joseph Dean Corliss. Joshua Pereira Costa. Stephen Robert Cody. Veronica Marie Cody.
Sean Robert Kuchar. Alexis Sandra Crawford. Carlos Jose Crespo Delgado. Felix Jose Crespo. Emily Rose Crumpton. Brennan Edward Cudahy. Justin Matthew Curran. Kayla Nicole Donfro. Matthias Lineker Cardoza de Rosa. Madison Rose Del Maso. George Aaron Dankaus. Nico Miguel Dandini. Khalid Carl Daniel. Adam Joshua Desaw. Kyle Benjamin Davey. Hannah Mae Davidson.
Timothy Joseph DeCarolis. Gina Marie Dido. Sarah Luann Delbove. Hector Rolando Delgado. Kenneth Alexander Delgado. Kiana Ivalise Delgado. Tyler Emilio Delici. Patrick Naughton Devaney. Camilla Augusta Portela Diaz. Shadel Anthony Diaz. Joshua Diaz Ortiz. Andrew Joseph DiCenzo. Jeffrey Nicholas Dyke. Tora Beth DiNardo. Tyler Robert Dion. Nina Lucille DeRusso. Ryan Philip Doherty.
John Andrew Doiron Jr. Justin Tyler Donahue. Wayne Andrew Donahue. Rafael de Oliveira Donacimento. Selena Tanthavan Duanfachan. Carly Nicole Doucette. Joshua Lawrence Doucette. Samantha Rose Doyle. Michael Robert Dudek. Miranda Elizabeth Dumas. Nicole Marie Duplessis. Hossein Duran. Samantha Aaron Durance. Anya Clara Chen Dussault. Monica Lynn Dyke. Brian Philip DeHorsey.
Samantha Elizabeth Eberlin. Rami L. Hilek. David Stephen Ellenbaz. Emily Ann Ellenbaz. Tyler Robert Ellis. Brittany Alexis English. Magdalena Alicia Escamilla. Cobina Guyan Fabio. Devin Michael Farnsworth. Jamie Alexander Farrar. Zachary Scott Farwell. Andrea Marie Fellows. Wilfredo Luis Fernandez. Santiago Ferreira Villa. Maria Lucia Ferreira. Patrick Anthony Ficara.
Samantha Kelly Flanagan. Jonathan Michael Flara. Matthew James Flory. Sierra Rose Foley Hebert. Alicia Ann Fortier. James Gregory Foster. Joseph Edward Fournier. Madison Diane Fowler. Michelle Marie Francisco Pimentel. Alfredo Nicholas Franco Gutierrez. Anthony John Fraterelli. Tanner Kenneth Fry. Evan Michael Gagney. Lillian Lynn Gagnon. Israel Alejandro Galilea. Ryan Burke Gallagher.
Sydney Rose Gallant. Kateria Garcia. Nicole Therese Garvin. Megan Lee Gendron. Curtis James Gerard Burrill. Christopher Adam Gerhardt. Holly Faith Gilbertson. Nicholas Robert Gazonio. Nathan Sidney Goldman. Jocelyn Depina Concalves. Romina Jimena Gonzalez Sanchez. Israel Andres Gonzalez. Melanie Gonzalez. Jacob Edward Gravel. Destiny Eva Marie Green. Brittany Elizabeth Griffin.
Carly Marie Grimley. Brianna Lynn Grosser. Anna Flavia Guerra. Kahir Reshan Gillifield. Jeffrey Michael Gulliver. Matea Janae Gunn. Liana Guzman. John Ernest Hamill III. Anna Marie Hammond. Amir Hamza. Michael Edward Harris. Edward Colin Hazard. Richard Michael Hebert Jr. Matir Eliezer Hernandez. Samantha Teresa Hertak. Shannon Rose Hauser.
All right. Yeah. Sarah Lynn Howard. Joshua Michael Hoy. Joseph Paul Husong. David Michael Ekaboni Jr. Antonia Lynn Iaquinta. Kayla Gloria Marie Injami. Jennifer Keomanivon Intharath. Jordan Alexandra Pearl Jackson. Stefania Latasha Jackson. Christopher Tanner Jacob. Tanner Bryce Jackala. Brendan Michael James. Nicholas Schlickman Joachim. Miranda Hope Caldis. Visna Timothy Kia. Elise Elizabeth Cabreu.
Shannon Marie Kelly. Shannon Virginia Keneally. Megan Lee Keogh. Shanila Khan. Brittany Elizabeth Kingman. Sarah Eleanor Kogut. Jacob Tyler LaMagdalene. Kayla Pyong Lambert. Shauna Lindsay Langen. Devin Brooke LaPierre. Michael Scott LaPrade. Victoria Kathleen Larrabee. Matthew Robert Levanway. Lucas Stephen LaVenture. Kevin Alfred Joseph LeBlanc. Paige Elizabeth LeBlanc.
Tyler Michael LeBlanc. Amanda Nicole LaQuia. Adam Joseph Ledger. Veronica Marie Ledger. Grace Ann Lemieux. Gabriel Anthony Leon. Sarah Evelise Leon Rivera. Jordan Elizabeth Lavalley. Gayton Lavelle. Grace Anna Kim Levesque. Adam Michael Lazat. Jacqueline Gulula Lopez. Miguel Luimpanha Lopez. Nyasha Manette Lopez Ramirez. Justin Louis Lopez. Taisha Lopez. Tyler Patrick Lutshaw.
Jake Michael McGee. Catherine Elizabeth Mahan. Layla Jamal Mahijabai. Alexandra Rose Maldonado. Rachel Ann Malley. Catherine Elizabeth Mangold. Antonia Marie Maracchio. Craig Dennis Marcoux. Patrick Anthony Murata. Amanda Brooke Morrow. Deanna Christina Martinez. Brianne Elizabeth Mason. Phoenix Dasovich Matthew. Justice Jesse McDonald. Elena Rose McDowell. Taylor Caitlin McEwen Gazelle.
Livia Corrine McHugh. Kaylee Elizabeth McLaughlin. Robert Louis Melendez. Alyssa Lee Mendoza. Brooke Elizabeth Merrifield. Joseph James Michaud. Daniel Joseph Migrants. Ryan Thomas Milano. Bailey Helen Miller. Zaria Dina Marie Miller. Edward O'Neill Molina Rowland. Brittany Faith Monaco. Alexandra Marie Montowski. Darren William Morris. Lindsay Noel Moylan. Lamek Mayoyo Muma. Stephanie Amale Nadi.
Ariana Indigo Neal. Yamalex Negron. Ricky Gail Nelson. Troy Alexander Nelson. Sabrina Marie Newman. Casey Allen Newton. Alex Trong Nguyen. Catherine Ngoc Din Nguyen. Mary Kim Nguyen. Zaria Chanel Nichols. Idalis Yulemni Nivar. Rosette Malamba Konka. Julie Angela Novelli. Claudia Graciela Nunez. Zachary Tyler Nutting. Quinn Caitlin O'Connell.
Neil Robert O'Connor. Caitlin Maureen O'Neill. Nika Debbie Opobo. Kiera Eileen Olin. Christian Charles Oliver. Carlos Andres Ordonez Ayala. Catherine Ortiz Arroyo. Shailena Marie Ortiz. Matthew Paul Willett. Andrew James Palladino. Jillian Lee Panarelli. Nathan Bernard Paquette. Danielle Alicia Patton. Stephanie Akia Payne. Jordan Nicole Palekia. Eric Joshua Peltola.
Sarah Louise Penniman. Ashley Nicole Perez. Jose Noel Perez II. Bianca Gina Perla. Brandon Moniz Pestana. Brian William Petterwick. Brittany Lynn Peterson. Nicolette Chelsea Fanouf. Richie Bunvana Pongsavon. Andrew Jeremiah Pimentel. Christopher Scott Piper. David Alexander Porter Jr. Andrew Michael Pothier. Samantha May Powers. Travis James Preville. Harley Stephen Quigley.
Melody Lynn Quinton. Rami Ramadan. Sachari Ramirez. Emily Jean Ramos. Dylan Connor Rathia. Mark William Rembetzi. Robert Xavier Reyes. Ramon Alberto Reynoso Jr. Chelsea Marie Rich. Carly Marie Richard. Matthew Sean Richard. Dina Lorraine Rickhart. Paula Stefania Rinaldi Sanchez. Caitlin Elizabeth Ringer. Amanda Marie Rivera. Elizabeth Kelly Rivera.
Kenyon, bring him up.
Gavin Joseph Ricks. Edward Paul Roach Jr., Brandon Lee Robbins, Diana Nicole Rocheleau, Ralph O'Neill Rodriguez Vasquez, Adriana Lorena Rodriguez, Nathaniel Rodriguez, Mauricio Alexander Rosa, Tiara Lene Rosado, Sergio Isaiah Rosario, Neil Michael Rosinski, Nicolina Andy Maria Rossi, Miranda Sue Roy, Alexandra Elizabeth Roos, Joseph Dante Rzeski, Daniel Leonardo Santana,
Kayla Ryan Sawa, Gina Diane Schofield, Elizabeth Catherine Sergi, Yenalise Serrano, Karen Serwa, William Angus Sheldon, Samantha Orabella Shepard, Stephanie Christine Sheridan, Drew Ryan Shortsleeves, Ravneet Kawa Sidhu, Amaryllis Sierra, Priscilla Valentina Silva, Taylor Whitney Skinner, Gregosh Sneersh, Claudia Yamalek Souza Rodriguez,
Gabrielle Lauren Souza, Travis Lee Spinelli, Caitlin Marie Stamus, Geneva Marie Storm, Haley Samantha Zaidat, Raquel Maria Tabalis, Sarah Amelia Tellier, Fu Tao, Jiao Tao, Jacqueline Renee Thibodeau, Emily Rose Thibodeau, Taylor Lee Thibodeau, Aaron Paul Edward Thompson, Christopher Robert Thrasher Pelletier, Nicholas James Tobin, Alyssa Ann Tarigny,
Nicole Michaela Tufts, Deanna Joy Vaden, Thomas James Valiant, Tyler Lawrence Vayette, Jason Philip Valera, Asensio Elijah Valeri, Arissa Grace Valley, Tyler Justin Valier, Cassidy Vargas, Jesse Anthony Votour, Keenan Robert Vella, Olga Vla, Jessica Lee Volpert, Andrew Jonathan Warren, John Charles Waterman, Denzel Michael Weatherspoon,
Matthew Jason Westover, Benjamin Ronald White, Kyle Vincent White, Mason Henry Williams, Tyrell James Wood, Michael Anthony Zaris, Nicholas Andrew Zaris, Gabrielle Antonia Zarella, Zoe Page Zubko,
Margaret Ann McEvely.
One more. And Kenyon Joseph Kowalski.
Come on, Kenyon, we're waiting for you. All right, class marshals, please take your positions. Will the graduates please stand, and the superintendent will now certify you as graduates, and graduates will move their tassels.
Mr. Mayor, city officials, administration, staff, families, friends, guests, and citizens of Leominster, with the power invested in me as superintendent by the Leominster School Committee and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I hereby affirm that these students assembled have successfully completed the requirements set forth by Leominster High School and are therefore now graduates of Leominster High School.
All right, marshals, please seat the class of 2014. Lindsay Moylan, Sarah Kogut, and the LHS Band, under the direction of Barry Hudson, will now perform the school's alma mater. Okay, so I want to let everybody know, the deal that I made was at the end, when it gets to the alma mater, it's when we can all have fun. So that's when you can have beach balls. So they waited, so they did it. I am not shocked by that in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so we would ask all spectators to remain off the field surface and remain in their seats during the recessional march. The graduates will head down the field and will go up on the hill to toss their caps. But we'd ask everybody to please make sure you give them room up there on the hill. 14, absolutely. So the graduates will proceed out to the gathering area and meet their family and friends in the far end zone down here. Class marshals, please take your positions. Maggie, class marshals, please take your position. Would the graduates please stand? This concludes our graduation ceremony. Faculty, will you please begin the recessional march?
Yell it.